जय गोपीजनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना। यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना। यमुनातीरावनचारी। यमुनातीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना। यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना। यमुनातीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय श्री श्रद्धा श्याम सुंदर भगवान की जय। गौर निताय की जय। जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायामुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवतेरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमो पङ्कजनाभाय नमो पङ्कजमालिने नमो पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रे। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं। परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं। नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yonta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptan sanjivayata kila shakti dhara swadhamna anyam shahasta charana shravana tvagadin prananamo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam katanchana smrite yasmin duskaram sukaram bhavet vismrute viparitam syad Sri Chaitanya namamitam. Hare Krishna. My sincere gratitude to all the devotees here, especially to Madhupati Prabhu and Devakanandan Prabhu, Visharat Prabhu. Thank you, all of you, and all the devotees here in this beautiful community under the shelter of Sri Radha Shyam Sundar Bhagwan. When I came to US, the first place I came was here. I got shelter from all of you, and I feel very grateful for this beautiful community here at Central New Jersey. Today I have the topic called Coping with Envy. So we'll discuss on this topic. It's going to be a little, I won't say heavy, but envy is not a good topic to talk about. But afterwards there is Prasad? No. Prasad is there. So Prasad will help you digest this class. So because envy is not a very comfortable topic. Envy, other anarthas, lust, anger, all that, greed, people say how we are victim. But when it comes to envy, we generally think how others are envious of us. Envy is something which we always feel we are victim of. Envy is very difficult to accept. Because somehow it's the way it is. It's most difficult. So anyway, we'll discuss about envy for some time. So we'll not get into technical definition. There are a lot of definitions given in scriptures about envy. I'll try to give a simple definition based on all the definitions. When you see other devotees, when we see them, and when they're very successful or they are happy, if you become uncomfortable, that means there is some envy somewhere. Inability to celebrate others' success, that is envy. And if others fail, sometimes others fail miserably or they do something disastrous, you don't become happy, but you say, oh, I think it is good for his spiritual growth. I think he'll become a little humble by that. I think it is good for him. Yeah, what to do? So that inside there is a little, good. That is envy. So simple definition, right? So now I have given you the definition. Anybody here, do you feel that at least sometimes you feel you have envy? My God, you are so honest. Thank you. I thought people will not raise hands, but yes, we all know, we all have envy. So today we will discuss how this envy, actually what happens. So we all grapple with in our spiritual life we grapple with this, but we rarely confess. See, according to scriptures, envy, there are like cancer can be at 4 levels. Envy can be at 4 levels. At the first level, it is common. Everybody has this. First level is avagya. Avagya means, I am better than him. I am better than her. We don't say it. We'll say, Prabhu, I am your servant. But inside we will think, I am better than him. That is avagya. This we cannot avoid. Material world, most of us have this disease. But our responsibility is to ensure that it doesn't go to second level. Second level is upeksha. Upeksha means, I cannot stand him. Sometimes, we think I'm better than others, but we still are able to associate with people. But when it goes to the stage where I cannot stand him, I cannot stand her. So when that person is coming from front, you walk the other side. That is, what is it? Upeksha. Then it can become worse. Dvesha. Dvesha means I hate him. You are actually wishing that person dies or person goes through suffering, person gets destroyed. That is Dvesha. And this is the third stage of this cancer of envy. It is almost irreversible. But when it goes to the fourth stage, we are gone, completely controlled by envy. The fourth stage is called Ninda. Ninda is, I will destroy him. So you put on the internet, you start spreading rumors. That is Ninda. So first stage is, Avagya means, I am better than him. Next, Upeksha means, I cannot stand him. And third, Dvesha means, I hate him. And last, Ninda means, I will destroy him. So if we have cancer at the first two levels, we can somehow go through chemotherapy. We are discussing that today, we'll discuss. So just like cancer treatment is painful, envy treatment is painful. Not painful, like not really, like Krishna is there, Radha Shyam Sundar is smiling. Krishna will always love us. So there is no problem, but still we have to discuss. So we say sometimes, have you heard? We say sometimes, Prabhu, please pray for me, I have lust, I have envy. We say like that. We so casually we say it. But when you say that, Prabhu, please pray for me, I have lust, I have envy, do we simply say it? Or do we feel the pain of these anarthas? This anartha should pain us. Means the fact that I have it, like out of polite formality, we may acknowledge, Prabhuji, I have anartha. Are we willing to do the hard work to uproot envy, lust, pride, greed, anger? If you are willing, then we can go ahead and discuss. And it's not very painful, it's a fun exercise because devotees are there. See, this association is the anesthesia. Krishna will do surgery. Surgery is painful. But when we see other devotees are there, they are so loving, they are so kind. And also one subtle thing I'll tell you. When devotees are sitting in the class, we see them, we think, oh, Hare, Prabhuji is here. He is going through so much suffering. He is also here. Acha, that Mataji, Hare, by God, there are so many problems in life. They are also here in the class. He is also here. He is also here. I am also suffering so much. Good, we are all here. Misery loves company. Okay, we are all struggling together. We feel little peaceful that we are all there for each other. Subtle, it's a subtle thing. So therefore, we have to do the painful surgery. So what happens generally, I have seen that it is very safe to say, I have envy, but we don't want to feel the pain that it causes. Means we don't want to explore. There is something called as very superficial confession. So when we tell others I have envy, it is generally a superficial confession. Believe it or not, it is the ego's defense mechanism. Because envy cannot be removed by casual mentioning. Prabhu, I have envy, please pray for me. It will not go. Surface level confessions will not remove envy. It requires intense introspection and effort. So what happens? Somebody is doing well and we cannot stand it. That time our real purification begins. That is the time we have to go and tell Krishna, he is advancing and I'm not happy about it. I have envy. We have to actually say it. Not think that Krishna knows it and please Krishna remove my envy. No. Krishna doesn't want our vague admission. He wants our precise surrender. This is the first way to cope with envy. Don't give abstract, vague thing, I have envy. No. Krishna, I am envious of this person. Please remove this. Please cure me. Not vague admission, but specific surrender. This is the first, very, very important. Like gratitude also. I have seen people, devotees express gratitude. Prabhuji, thank you for everything. Thank you for everything means thank you for nothing. Actually, Prabhu, thank you. You gave me nice prasadam yesterday. Thank you, Prabhu, because of you I got nice job. Thank you, Prabhu, you are so kind to me. Some specific, Kunti Maharani, when she's expressing gratitude, she's saying specific things. So like that, when we are trying to cure envy, the most painful part of the surgery of envy is to accept I am envious of this person. It's not easy, but once we tell that to Krishna, the healing starts. When we name the face of envy, when we see the shadow of envy, when we weep before Krishna for the removal of envy. That is the first and most important step. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he compared the heart to a garden. Hearing and chanting is like planting the Bhakti Lata Bij. The Bhakti seed will be growing. But when Bhakti is growing, the weeds are also growing. The weeds of name, fame, envy. And that will throttle the plant. So we have to become, Mahaprabhu says, all of us have to become gardener and pluck out the weeds. Otherwise, these weeds will overtake the garden of spiritual life. So I don't know about grahasthas. They always come humble. But brahmacharis, when we preach, praise, name, fame, it gets intoxicating. Nasha aata hai, nasha. तारीफ एक ऐसा शराब है जो कान से पिलाई जाती है और उसका नशा, उसका असर सीधा दिमाग पे आता है. That is तारीफ, praise. Praise is a liquor which is fed to the translation. It's fed to the ear and then it affects the brain. So therefore, what devotee is supposed to do when we get respect, love, we are supposed to immediately remember Guru and Krishna and pass on the credit. And when we do that, it's like plucking out the weeds. Please remember, this is not some mental trick. It's actually it's actually an act of surrender. So this is first thing. Coming to Krishna, specifically telling Krishna what I'm envious of. Secondly, remembering Guru and Krishna and giving them credit. These are the two things. Third, very, very important, when we start praying sincerely while chanting or doing devotional service, you know what happens? Something profound happens. Krishna will make us feel loved in bhakti and he will also make us feel painful because of the inner condition. Now, I have seen devotees think, Prabhuji, I am chanting, hearing, I should be happy, no? Anarthas will go away, no? Yes, chanting and hearing will remove the anarthas, but first they will expose the anarthas. Means first we will realize we have envy. Krishna kicks out envy from the heart, but he will kick out envy like he kicked Kaliya's hoods. What happened when Krishna was jumping on Kaliya's head? Poison came out, blood came out. Similarly, when we start chanting, before we are cleaned of envy, actually we will see our envy. If we don't feel the pain, then that means we have not actually become cured. No Vaishnava can become Vaishnava, pure devotee, without going through the pain of seeing his own dark side. Sometimes I've seen devotees appreciate me. Prabhuji, you are giving us so much happiness by your class. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So I see, devotees are happy. They are so happy. So I feel when Krishna was dancing on Kaliya's head, all the Brajvasis are happy. They were enjoying the dance. But Kaliya was miserable. So sometimes I feel I am like Kaliya. I am miserable. Blood is coming out. But devotees are happy. Prabhuji, thank you so much. I am like, okay. You are happy, okay. But it is not easy. Kaliya was bleeding. So similarly, when we start feeling painfully aware that I am fallen. So this is not parrot like words. Prabhu, I am fallen, I have envy. It's not a quote to be given in class. It's something Krishna is personally revealing. See, when we sincerely pray like this, Radha Shyam Sundar, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, Gaur Nitai, I love you, I really love you. I am getting this love and respect I am offering to you. I am offering all of this to you. We say that. If you say that, what we think, Prabhuji, you pray like that? I will also pray like that. I'll become very happy, if I pray like that. Well, what will happen when we pray? Krishna, I love you. Please, whatever I have is yours. I love you, Krishna. Will you become happy? Well, I don't know whether you will become happy, but Krishna will whisper, you are a rascal. That will hurt. Krishna will embrace you also. See, Krishna loves us. See, but Krishna is not somebody who will only say, I love you. Krishna will also say, you are envious, you are lusty, you are this anartha. But we are running away from our envy. Like, this was one of the most envious acts in Bhagavatam. One of the most dramatic acts of envy in the 8th canto of Bhagavatam. Anybody knows? 8th canto, 9th canto? 8th canto? What is the famous pastime? Then that is 9th. I forgot, suddenly going blank. Durvasa Muni, 9th canto. 9th canto. Durvasa. So what happened? Durvasa Muni was running from what? Sudarshan Chakra. It's amazing, isn't it? Durvasa Muni was a renounced person. Ambarish Maharaj is Grahastha, and renounced order doesn't automatically mean more advanced than Grahastha. Here Grahastha was so advanced, he was always remembering Krishna, and Sudarshan Chakra was his bodyguard. And when Durvasa Muni offended him and created a demon, the Sudarshan Chakra came to protect. Sudarshan Chakra killed the demon, and Sudarshan Chakra chased Durvasa Muni, and Durvasa Muni is running. Sudarshan Chakra, look at this amazing part, amazing story. The Sudarshan Chakra was so close to the neck of Durvasa, but it didn't cut him. It didn't kill him. Just on the edge, you could feel the heat. Arey, bahut garam hai. And then he runs to Brahmaji and is praying. That time the Chakra could have cut his head. But the Chakra stops right behind him. And he can feel, arey, hey, Chakra. So it's amazing Chakra. It's running full speed. He's going to Brahma Loka, Shiva Loka, everywhere. But when he stops and he's praying to Brahma, Shiva, the Chakra is not cutting him. And he's feeling the heat. So, burning him with the heat. So when we carry envy and we are not facing it, Krishna, we are not facing the envy, the heat is always there. It is chasing us. We may give classes, we may do book distribution, we may create funds, we may do amazing kirtans, but we'll always feel the heat in bhakti. We'll always feel something is wrong because that envy is burning us. We have to face it because, sometimes after many years, we have this image. I'm a mature devotee. I can give guidance to others. I'm a deep thinker, I write a lot of journals. I'm a preacher. And suddenly Krishna throws light on how much it was all self-serving. Many of us think chanting and hearing will remove envy. Yes, Prabhus, Matajis, friends, it will remove envy. But in reality, these practices, before removing envy, they reveal the envy. They first expose the envy before they eliminate the envy. Krishna will kick the envy like Krishna kicked Kaliya, and then our inner poisons will surface. Krishna's love is not sentimental. Please understand, Krishna's mercy burns before it soothes. When it tells you are a rascal, when you are chanting, suddenly you will feel pained. That is not that Krishna is humiliating. Krishna is inviting us to stop pretending. Anybody ever felt they have pretended in life? Please raise your hand. Thank you for being honest. So Krishna will tell us, stop pretending. We want Krishna to cure our anarthas, but we don't want to see the anarthas. We want relief, but we don't want revelation, because revelation is painful. So when Krishna reveals the envy in our heart, please know He is not rejecting us, although He is exposing us. We are not happy when we realize we are envious. And when we are not happy, I've seen devotees imagine that Krishna has rejected them. Many times I've seen devotees, we think that Krishna doesn't like me just because we are not happy. You being unhappy doesn't mean Krishna has rejected you. Krishna exposing us doesn't mean that He doesn't like us. Unfortunately, we are happiness addicts. We think I have to be always happy. Because we think if Krishna loved me, I should be happy, no? No, sir. You are not happy because Krishna loves you. Krishna is giving you this pain. Sometimes devotees say, Prabhuji, I have no taste in chanting. I am offensive, no? I tell them, no. You have lost taste in chanting not because of offenses. You have lost taste in chanting because Krishna loves you and He wants to give you something very special. So you have removed the taste. He wants you to tell Him, Krishna, today I have no taste in chanting, but still I will chant today to prove my sincerity to you. I love you. When you say this, then Krishna is happy. So if you have no taste, don't always say it is because of offenses. It could be that Krishna wants you to up the ante. Krishna wants you to start choosing Him. Krishna wants you to make a choice. Krishna, today I don't feel like chanting. I'm bored. I'm not happy, but I will prove to you that I am sincere. I will chant. That choice we make is more powerful than 1 million kirtan melas we attend. When we attend kirtan melas, if we attend the kirtan melas in the mood that I want to feel good, then it is not as powerful as chanting when I don't feel like chanting. So therefore, Krishna will give us this pain, and Krishna's love is intimate, but He will not give lies. He will make us realize the truth. So therefore, Krishna is not abandoning us. When the false ego is burnt, there is ashes. Krishna will be there with the ashes. So there are 3 stages of how to cope with envy. First stage many of us are in. This is called unaware and happy. I'll repeat, unaware that I have envy. Sometimes devotees are very happy. Prabhu, I am happy, bhakti, I am doing very nice. But we are unaware of condition. We feel spiritual, we are coming to temple. But envy is silently driving us. Others praise us, we are happy. We are more happy. Don't raise your hand, ask yourself, when are you more happy? When you remember Krishna or when others praise you? If others are praising us and that gives us more happiness than our attempt to remember Krishna, that means we are in the first stage. We are unaware of the envy and we are also happy. That means that is the stage we are mistaking external success as internal purity. There is 2 different things. So we are very happy in bhakti. But if you keep coming to temple, if you keep chanting, then you will go to the second stage, which is aware of envy and miserable. And this is where many of us are. We become aware that I have envy, but we become miserable. The curtain has lifted. Krishna has broken the illusion. We see the envy and we start feeling disgusted, ashamed, unworthy. Anybody ever felt like that? Unworthy, not good. We withdraw. I've seen devotees overcompensate. They do extra service because they think I am envious, I am fallen. They do more than what they can do. And they also start self-deprecation. They start confusing honesty with despair. Oh, I am horrible, I am miserable. And they start thinking, oh, I am fallen means I should be miserable all the time. You can be fallen and you don't have to be miserable. But and we start feeling like that. This is the second stage. Many devotees are suffering in this stage. But we want to come to the third stage where we are aware of envy and we also feel embraced by Krishna. This is the stage we want to come. Where we know we are fallen, yet we feel Krishna's embrace. This is a very rare stage and a very precious stage where we acknowledge Krishna, I am fallen, but we don't dwell in guilt. We dwell in gratitude. Krishna, I love you. Thank you, Krishna, for revealing to me that I am envious. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur's bhajans, we cry over envy, but we also feel Krishna's touch. And actually, for those of you who don't know, Hare Krishna movement is all paradox. It's paradoxical joy, which means you will simultaneously feel happy and you'll also feel sad at your inadequacy. People say, Hare Krishna is very sweet, no? Like kheer. It's not sweet like kheer. Kheer is sweet, but only sweet. But Krishna consciousness, sweetness is not sweet. It is like khatta mita, crackjack biscuit we used to have. It is mita also, khatta also. But basically it is irresistible. Krishna consciousness is irresistible. So therefore, in Krishna consciousness, there is paradox. You become known, you become exposed, and still you will feel held by Krishna. So therefore, many of us, in Krishna consciousness, we have to learn to accept, and that's when devotees start praying the famous verse from 10th canto, 14th chapter, text number 8. Prabhupada, this is one of the most important verses. Tatte nukampam susumekshamano bunjana evatma kritam vipakam hridvagvapurbir vidadham namaste jivetayo muktipade sadaya bha. Krishna, I am fallen. I accept all the punishment you have given me for all the mistakes I have done, but I love you, Krishna. I am patiently waiting for your mercy. Let us express this. So therefore, the first step in bhakti is to practice attentive. Just be attentive in chanting, attentive in prayers, attentive. Then what will happen? The first gift Krishna will give is awareness. You'll become aware of the anarthas. But after Krishna gives that gift, then we have to give another gift to Krishna. First we gave attentiveness, Krishna gave awareness. Once you get awareness, then we have to practice acceptance. Yes, I accept I have envy. And then aspiration. Krishna, I want you. I want to approach you although I am envious. When we truly accept and feel the pain of envy, that is when we'll also feel Krishna's shelter. That is why, I don't know if you have seen devotees who admit their faults with Krishna. They are not miserable. You'll see some of the most advanced devotees, they're crying, they say that they are fallen, but they are never miserable. They are the most joyful. What we imitate them, we also start saying I am fallen, but we are not happy. They are saying they are fallen, but they are very happy. We say we are fallen because we want to label ourselves as very humble. We are very far from Krishna. So awareness, earlier I wanted to be known as the best book distributor. Now I want to be known as the most humble devotee. See, we love Krishna, or you love being known as somebody who loves Krishna? Tricky question, no? Whether do you love Krishna or you want to be known as somebody who loves Krishna. That is why for me it is very easy to speak on love of Krishna rather than actually develop love of Krishna. Because to develop love of Krishna I have to surrender. I have to become vulnerable. I have to be willing to go through smashing of my false ego like Kalia. But I don't want to go through that. So better to speak on love of Krishna. That way it is very safe. We feel it is safe. So awareness is a mirror. So Krishna shows us. And that time it is humility, acceptance. Krishna, that is me. I am envious. And then the aspiration means the heart is going towards Krishna despite the mirror. Many people, we stuck. After awareness, we feel ashamed, we don't go ahead. That's when we have to go to Krishna with that pain, with that shame. So, real bhakti happens when we accept we are fallen, but still we go towards Krishna. Krishna, I am very fallen, you know that. I am accepting, but I love you. I want to improve. And therefore, the practical application of this most famous verse, which is always quoted by our ISKCON leaders, all the sannyasis quote this verse. If we want to practice this verse, this is the practical application. We have to come before Krishna and say, Krishna, I am fallen, but I love you, I am coming to you. And what is this famous verse, which we always chant before chanting Hare Krishna? Trinadapi sunichena taroriva sahishnunam amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahri. Become more humble than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree, offer respects to others, do not expect respect. So offering respect others, humility means basically, tolerance means ability to tolerate the truth about ourselves. I am a bad person, but it is okay. Please know, Krishna is not waiting for you to become pure devotee. You don't devotees think, only when I become pure devotee, then Krishna will accept me. No. Krishna will accept you even now if you are honest. So, I'll give you some 4 practical tools, which these are the 4 questions we can ask during japa. Then we'll be able to overcome our anarthas. According to many acharyas, this is a very, very simple practice, very helpful. So, daily during chanting, we can give a report to Krishna. Like externally you are saying, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. This is a japa we are doing externally. Internally, we can give a report. Krishna, this is the report I am giving you. Four areas we have to give report. First, we can give a report on connection. Krishna, since yesterday's japa, yesterday I chanted japa, right? So after 24 hours again you are chanting. So we can give a report. Krishna, since yesterday's japa, how often did I remember you? How much did I connect with Krishna? Even small moments count. It could be something like this. Krishna, yesterday I came to temple and I sang one bhajan and I did try to call out to you before falling asleep. I was trying to pray but I dozed off. I hope you saw that I am trying. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. You are chanting but you are giving a report on how much you tried to connect with Krishna yesterday till you picked up the beats today. So Krishna, please note, I tried 3 times calling you. I tried 3 times connecting with you. So a report on connection is very useful because that helps Krishna take us seriously. Second, give a report on gross gratification and enjoyment. How much did I indulge or desire association of opposite sex, entertainment, Netflix, gross enjoyment, and beg forgiveness from Krishna or thank Krishna for the protection. This is the second thing we can give report. Third, subtle pride. How much did I desire profit, respect, adoration, distinction? This is subtle sex. Like when we introspect here, this will humble us. And Krishna will reveal our derelictions, our deviation. And that is His mercy. So the fingers are moving on the beats, but internally we are saying sorry. This is the third report we can give. And final, divine presence. How much did Krishna show up in the last 24 hours? Like sometimes through prasadam, sometimes through a kind friend, sometimes through WhatsApp message. So we will learn to see Krishna not just in sweet surrender but also in suffering. If you start seeing Krishna in your suffering, then you are actually making advancement. So these are the 4 areas. We can convert japa into, generally japa is a monologue. We are talking to ourselves. But we can convert japa into a dialogue. We can converse with Krishna. That is very, very important. And when you start seeing Krishna in small things, it's amazing. Like, one day I tried this practice while chanting. I said, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Internally I prayed, Krishna, how did you show up in the last 24 hours? Thank you. You must have shown many times. Please remind me, reveal to me. And as I was praying and trying to listen to the holy name also, suddenly I realized Krishna showed up. It's amazing how Krishna showed up. And if I had not prayed like that, I would not have understood. You know how Krishna showed up? It's amazing. I was watching the WhatsApp, Brahmachari WhatsApp group, Chowpatty temple. They all had gone to Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra. And they were enjoying in Rath Yatra and they were sharing photographs on the WhatsApp group. And I was going to the program, Chicago. I was going to stay in somebody's house. I don't know whose house. Somebody was taking me from the airport. And I was seeing those photographs. Brahmacharis are outside the Rath, they are wet because of rain or whatever. They are like dancing and I'm looking at all the photographs and I was missing them. It's more than 1 month I'm away from the ashram and I'm feeling, I wish I was in Jagannath Puri. I was feeling like that. And then I saw, and then I switched off, I closed the WhatsApp and I looked outside the window. We reached the destination and just in front of that house where I was about to stay, there was big Jagannath Chakra. Jagannath Rathka, Jagannath Chakra, that Neel Chakra. I'm like, wow, I just see this and I am feeling bad and suddenly Jagannath is showing the form of Chakra. And it's a small thing, but what I'm trying to say is, Krishna shows up every day many times in small things. Like one house I went in Dallas. This is an example I'm giving. Why I'm saying it's not to show off. See, I have a lot of kachara in my heart. I don't want to bore you with that. We all have. I'm only telling you my success stories so that you get inspiration also. I'm not telling you my failure stories. So why I'm telling you these success stories? Because then you will see how Krishna is showing up in your life also. Like, in Dallas, I was telling one house I went, I was telling Prabhuji and Mataji, Kala Chanji is so beautiful. Whenever I see Kala Chanji, I remember 2 shlokas. For that, Mataji immediately said, which 2 shlokas? So I remembered one. I first explained the first shloka and I explained it in so much detail. Then I was going out, but I forgot to speak about the second shloka. So she said, Prabhuji, you said there are 2 shloka. What is the second shloka? Then I quoted the second shloka from Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 25th chapter, where Kapila Devi is describing Krishna's lotus feet, how it is. In detail I explained the reddish hue, the nails of Krishna, how they are dazzling, and the jewelry, blue jewel, the tulsi. So then I explaining how there are 3 tulsi leaves on the soles of Krishna's lotus feet with sandalwood pulp and pinkish hue, and there is scent, and then there is this blue pearl on his white dazzling toenail like that. And as I was saying all this, the Mataji was looking at, Prabhuji and Mataji were there, the Mataji's lower jaw, it dropped. And she started crying. I said, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, see. So what happened? Before I spoke the words, they had given me a gift. Like I was leaving their house, they gave me some small gift. She had cried. I said, what happened? So she had given me the gift. So she asked me basically to open it. And when I opened it, it contained the same gift of Kalachandji's lotus feet, which I had spoken. Means they had given me a gift. I didn't know they were giving me that gift. And I was glorifying what I glorified, that only I got as gift. So what is this? Krishna showing up. So the point I'm saying is we need to ask these 4 things while chanting. Krishna, I did connect with you yesterday. Please notice that. Secondly, I'm sorry, I was enjoying this, I was enjoying that. I should be serving you. Thirdly, subtle pride, report on that. And finally, Krishna, thank you. You showed up like this, you showed up like that. So like that. So what happens then? Japa becomes a dialogue, otherwise it remains a monologue. Because many times I've seen our chanting is like devotional, it's a venting, we throw words out. We say many things during chanting, but we don't listen. We are not attentive. But when we start reporting our connection to Krishna, or reporting on sense enjoyment, reporting on pride, then japa becomes not mechanical, it becomes relational. Then there is a relationship. It is not just, I chanted 16 rounds. No, it becomes, Krishna, here is how I lived without you, or here is how I lived with you in the last 24 hours since I last spoke to you. This is another way of seeing your 16 rounds. One way of seeing is, I finished my 16 rounds. Other way of seeing is, Krishna, this is how I lived my life last 24 hours. So what happens when we do this every day? Then there is spiritual momentum. Every day in Krishna consciousness becomes a happy experience. We start looking out for Krishna throughout the day because we know we have to report back the next morning. So therefore, these questions, if we ask during chanting, our chanting will become a meeting place with Krishna, not a mechanical task. Krishna is not a concept, my dear friends. Krishna is a person. Please stop outsourcing your introspection. Devotees do a lot of introspection, but they outsource it. They ask questions only in classes. They don't ask questions during japa. They look for answers from speakers. But do you look for answers from Krishna during your japa? Because we don't want to ask questions because Krishna doesn't answer immediately. Krishna smiles when you ask question. But eventually he will answer. And those answers are far more liberating and possibly more painful than any class will offer. In the class we will entertain you, we will say some jokes, we will make you laugh. You will also feel happy. And you will ask questions also. And you will think you are doing good introspection. No, this is outsourcing of introspection. When we ask questions during japa, when we start reporting during japa, that is introspection. And we start looking for comfort in bhakti and we avoid surrender. Surrender happens when we start asking questions and looking for answers during japa. When you ask others now, you will get nice answers. Devotees, because they don't want to lose relationship, they'll give nice answers. Devotees are very nice. They may not be kind. They may not tell you you have anartha. If they tell you this anartha you have, that is kindness. But we don't want kindness. We want people to be nice. I experienced this in America, When I go for morning walks, these Americans, when they look at me, they're like, good morning, how are you? I'm like, what? They're so nice to me. But in India, I've seen some brahmachari, they're always like this. They're never nice. But they're so kind, they will help so much. Like one brahmachari in my ashram, he has been never nice to me last 28 years. He's always like this, angry. Kya hai? What is this? And if I give a good class also, congregation devotees will come and say, very good class, Prabhuji. And you know what he will say? Very good class. Time pe khatam kiya. Very good. Good class for him is time pe khatam kiya. Never smiles. So I used to think he's not nice. But you know what? He is the most kind person I have seen. When my father passed away, I was in Badrinath. So I ran to my hometown. I was so confused, so disturbed. And during those days, we didn't have smartphone. We had small Nokia phone. You know what this person would do? Every day, morning and evening, he would call me. Vraj Bihari, kaisa hai? Okay. Mummy theek hai? My mother is okay. So, your brother is okay? Yes. You need something? No, Prabhu, I'm okay. Thank you for calling. Okay. You took prasad? Yeah, I took prasad. Take proper rest? Yes, Prabhuji. Okay, I'll call in the evening. And then again in the evening, he would call me. How was the day? Never nice. But do you think he loves me? Yes. So what happens, we want nice answers sometimes. But Krishna, if you come to Krishna, sometimes there is silence. But Krishna's silence is not that Krishna is absent. Krishna is waiting for the right time to give you an answer which is very deep. So, and you will know. See, till you receive the answer, the Sudarshan Chakra will be burning behind you. It will keep heating up because the envy and pride is unaddressed. So therefore, I'm offering a very bold and necessary step, ask questions to Krishna, because we have become conditioned to learn through external lectures, seminars, workshops, YouTube shorts, reels. You've seen all of this. But inner listening we don't do. External listening we love. That's why all the devotees in ISKCON, you stay for 6 months, you will know all the philosophy. But you will not know your heart unless you ask questions. We can quote Shastra, but we cannot locate where envy lies in the heart. We will tell you where envy is explained in Bhagavatam. We want spiritual spoon feeding. We don't want to do spiritual wrestling. When you confront your anarthas, you are, no, yes. But Krishna is not a motivational speaker. Krishna is a heart surgeon. And heart surgery happens where? Not in the seminar hall. It happens in the heart hall. It happens in silence. It happens during japa. It happens during personal prayer. See, devotees can guide us. I can come and give lecture, visiting speakers will come, sannyasis will come, but only when you chant, when you hear, and when you introspect, when you offer your heart, Krishna will reveal. So please stop outsourcing your inner work. Your spiritual growth doesn't happen or doesn't depend on finding the right speaker. It depends on becoming the right listener. It becomes on having the right mood. Until we learn to listen during japa and prayer, we will remain only informed, not transformed. Therefore, I would like to conclude, and we can have some question answers. But I want to conclude with this. The real hard work in bhakti will give us the best experience. But for that, it is not memorizing verses or attending hundreds of seminars. It is all about letting Krishna humble us and crush our pride. Not smug solutions, but sincere surrender. So, and removing the weeds from the heart, which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, can happen when we ask sincere questions during japa. And only when we learn to sit with the pain. See, you made a mistake. Accept that mistake. In the past, we have made mistakes. Accept those mistakes. And tell Krishna, Krishna, I have made mistake, but I am not a mistake. I belong to Krishna. So in my ashram table where I study, I put one printout. When I see that, I become peaceful. I have written 3 lines. Whenever I see that, I become peaceful. First line is, I am a Vanaprastha by nature, Brahmachari by choice. I am 52 now. Till the age of 50, that line was, I am a Grahastha by nature, Brahmachari by choice. But after 50, I wrote, I am a Vanaprastha by nature, but Brahmachari by choice. Second, I am not pure, but I am sincere. Third, I make mistakes, but I am not a mistake. When I see that, I become very happy. I feel Krishna loves me. Our problem is we look for worth in what we do. See, our worth lies not in what we do. Our worth lies in who we belong to. We belong to Radha Shyam Sundar. We should start celebrating that you belong to Krishna. How can you harm yourself? How can you do any self-sabotage behavior? Because you are not what has happened to you. You are Krishna's child. So therefore, let us pluck the weeds by sitting with the pain in our heart, and then we will accept it, and then we will feel Krishna's love. And then bhakti becomes a joyful process. So therefore, if we don't do this, unfortunately, then we'll be cheating ourselves. We will be appearing humble, we'll be sounding very advanced, but we'll be still running away from the heat of the Sudarshan Chakra. So therefore, bhakti is not a path of performance, it is a path of progressively stripping away all the illusions from the heart. And in that rawness, you become naked in front of Krishna. Then you are not shamed. You are actually, Krishna saves us. So let us stop running. Let us start praying. And let us begin again. Let us begin a new life. Starting from today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Please, any corrections, comments? Yes. Surbi, right?
Haribol Vraja Bihari Prabhu.
Hare
It's so
Krishna.
good to see you. I also wanted to say happy belated birthday to you. I know that Friday, I think, is your birthday. So happy belated birthday. Haribo.
Thank you.
And what I wanted to ask is, I think today's class was about bhakti sometimes being difficult and facing bhakti when it's difficult, like chanting when you don't want to, reading when you don't want to, reaching out to Krishna when you don't want to. And I find for myself, I think that bhakti shouldn't be hard. Like bhakti should come naturally to me, but it doesn't. So I want to know how do you face bhakti with this kind of like perseverance attitude when bhakti, we think it should be like love and it should flow easily and it should come naturally, but sometimes it's really very difficult. So if you could share how to face those situations with some patience and perseverance, that would be nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Surbhi. What a beautiful question. This is a very, very important question actually. Even Christian tradition, they talk about the dark night of the soul. Some of the best leading saints in Christian tradition have also gone through dark, long periods. Jai Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar Bhagwan ki Jai, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maiya ki Jai, Gaur Nitai ki Jai, Shri Shri Panchatattva ki Jai. Even in the Christian tradition, they talk about the dark night of the soul. Means we go through what long periods of dryness. This is common. So we need to understand there are two types of bhakti. One is emotional bhakti and one is existential bhakti. I'll repeat. What is the first one? And second? Emotional bhakti is, earlier we were doing sense gratification. So we gave up sense gratification. Now we want to do emotional gratification. Earlier I ate some nice pizza and was feeling happy. Now I want to do some nice kirtan and feel happy. Now I want to see deities and feel happy. It's all about me only. Ultimately it's about me. I want to chant and feel happy. So that is called emotional bhakti. So we have made advancement from sense gratification. We have come to Krishna, but we are doing emotional bhakti. But actual real bhakti begins when we enter existential bhakti. When we can tell Krishna, Krishna, I'm not feeling happy, but I want to love you. So what happens? Then Krishna starts taking us seriously. When Krishna takes us seriously, then he may not give you happiness that day, but he will give you love. Love is more complete than happiness. And you will see, slowly, after some time, you will see a deep sense of peace despite ordinary 16 rounds. Then you will start experiencing, that is this amazing, for those of you who have gone through relationships, marriage, divorce, pain, all that, I have one very, there are two concepts. There is thrill of romance. All of you know what is thrill of romance? Yes. Bhakti, emotional bhakti is thrill of romance. And existential bhakti is like joy of chastity. There is a difference between thrill of romance and joy of chastity. Have you seen Diwali fireworks, July 4th fireworks? But you go to some ancient Indian temples. In Jagannath Puri, you are Jagannath's American child. You are from Puri, right? She is from Puri. She is Lord Jagannath's American child. So if you see, in these ancient temples, they have this lamp for Jagannath Krishna burning. This lamp is burning for hundreds and hundreds of years. Small lamp. It is not like the fireworks of Diwali. It is not spectacular. But it is quietly burning. Sometimes it is fading. Sometimes it is glowing. Sometimes it is withering. Sometimes it is shaking. But it goes on and on and on. So every night, okay, let us say you had a boring, troubling, tough day, no taste. But before sleeping, on your bed, you sit and light figuratively a lamp in your heart and say, Krishna, I'm offering this lamp to you. This is my lamp of devotion. I am nobody, but I want to prove my sincerity to you. I want to keep this lamp glowing every day as an expression of my chastity. I'm not looking for the cheap thrill. So let us move from emotional bhakti to existential bhakti. And if you don't feel any taste, it is Krishna's special blessing. Krishna wants you to say, Krishna, I love you. Generally we think, chant, you have heard this? Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. So we think, chant Hare Krishna and I should be happy. No, Prabhupada writes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, actually the meaning of this sentence is, chant Hare Krishna and be happy is first, initially we tell that to attract people. But our actual goal is chant Hare Krishna and make Krishna happy. But the first day if we tell people, come to Hare Krishna, what is the goal? Chant Hare Krishna and make Krishna happy. They'll think, but what is there for me? I want to be happy. So we tell them, you will be happy because when you make Krishna happy, you know, there is this, I don't know if you do this Bhagavad Gita course here, the journey of self-discovery. What is the first session? First session is who am I? Search for happiness. Search for happiness. Who am I? Does God exist? All of that you do. So I used to also do this course. In fact, I wrote the book first time with Premnidhi Prabhu. So the second edition I didn't write because my realizations changed. I don't speak the first session as search for happiness. I speak that as search for relationship. I say that Krishna consciousness, I don't guarantee it will give you happiness, but I guarantee it will give you relationship with Krishna. Relationship is more important than happiness, because in a relationship there is happiness also, there is anxiety also, there is challenge also, there is many things. So therefore, sometimes you will feel low. Great saints have felt. Mother Teresa has written letters of being lonely in her prayer to her friends. It's all documented. So we also go through. Devotees, in ISKCON we don't speak all that, because in ISKCON the audience wants to see the speaker or the sannyasi or the devotees has very advanced, because we don't like vulnerability. We don't like to, we want to do hero worship. But there are many closely guarded secrets, even in the renounced order. It's tough. So Krishna is a jealous lover. Krishna loves to play hide and seek. But Krishna is there. Even when he is silent, he is there. Even when he is absent, he is there. So don't give up. And when you are most pained, you know what Krishna is doing? Krishna is actually watching you very intensely when you are in the greatest pain. This is proved in the Rasa Leela section, when the gopis were crying for Krishna and Krishna disappeared. You know that story? Krishna disappeared from Rasa Leela. They were crying. And finally when Krishna appeared, gopis, what they did? They asked Krishna one question. Krishna, what kind of a lover are you? We'll give you they give a multiple choice question. First, are you a lover who gets lot of love from devotees but doesn't reciprocate at all? Actually, they wanted to say, you are this kind of lover. But they were very cultured ladies. They did not want to directly accuse Krishna that Krishna is like this. So they asked a question, are you this kind of a lover? Or are you the second type of lover, who is a matcher, who gets X amount of love and that much amount he gives back? Or are you third type of lover, who gets very little love and gives lot of love back? Which of the three are you? And what Krishna said? None of the three. I am the fourth type of lover, who loves to see his devotees cry in pain and ask for his love. And when you were crying for me, I was enjoying, I was hiding behind the trees and watching you cry. And now I have come in front of you. So if you are going through boredom and you are chanting, please know, Krishna is right behind that pillar. Krishna is there. Krishna is looking at you, your boredom. And he is seeing what choice you make. So Krishna loves us. Never give up that. Never give up that. Most of the senior devotees, I ask them in private, give me one advice. You know what they tell me? Don't give up. Most of them say, don't give up. In the end, everything will make sense. Trust me. It's like this suspense thriller movie you watch. You are wondering what is happening. The gun is lying above a painting. Somebody is scratching his head. And you are thinking what is happening. In the end, last 5 minutes, everything will make sense. We were scratching his head because you're sending a coded message. That gun was hanging because the bullet was shot from there. That's how they show, no? So everything makes sense in the end. Similarly, in our life, why I went through divorce, why I went through that, what happened, like this, we are wondering. But last, everything makes sense. Krishna's timing is okay. Before the next question, I remembered one line. Mataji has a question. Before you ask the question, I remembered one very nice. I used to watch Bollywood movies many years ago when I was a young boy. There was one very famous actor called Rajkumar. I don't know if you know. So Rajkumar was, he had this style of saying, Jani. He would speak like that. So he used to say this. There was a famous dialogue he says, Jani, हम तुम्हें मारेंगे, जरूर मारेंगे, पर वो बंदूक भी हमारी होगी, वो गोली भी हमारा होगा, वो वक्त भी हमारा होगा. So when I see of Radha Shyam Sundar, I feel Krishna is the original Rajkumar. And Krishna also makes a dialogue to the devotees. When we are struggling, Krishna looks at us and says, Jani, he'll say, Prabhu, हम तुम्हें बचाएंगे, जरूर बचाएंगे, पर वो सिचुएशन भी हमारी होगी, वो प्लानिंग भी हमारा होगा, और वो वक्त भी हमारा होगा. Krishna is expert in timing. Please know, Krishna's timing you cannot beat. Krishna knows when to come in your life, how to come in your life. Just hang on. Don't start becoming depressed, give up the will to live, give up the will to serve. No. If you have once chanted Krishna's name, Krishna will take care of you. Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna. When do we stop, Prabhu? Please tell me. When is the last question? You tell me. This is the last question.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, and happy Krishna conscious birthday. You were mentioning like you got the gift from that Mataji and you saw what you are describing, same thing. So last year when artificial intelligence started, I was just thinking if Krishna will talk with me, and I was going through in my phone, suddenly that because of artificial intelligence, they are nowadays showing Krishna is talking with us, and he was just like dancing and talking. I thought, oh, what I was thinking, and he just showed me, he's talking with me. So it happens, and so many times, like when 10 years back, we moved to new house, and that time I got depression, and how Srimad Bhagavatam came to my place. Because of their depression, like we had Narsinga Yagya by His Grace Madhupati Prabhuji, and Krishna Ramananda Prabhuji got the box of Srimad Bhagavatam that time. So he comes in our life when we have some suffering. So it's really true what you said, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
You know what the goldsmith does? Goldsmith puts the gold in. Why he puts in fire? Anybody knows why goldsmith puts gold in fire? To remove the impurities. If he puts too much fire, what will happen? The gold will melt away. If he doesn't put fire at all, what will happen? Impurities will remain. So expert goldsmith puts right amount of fire. So Krishna is the best goldsmith. He knows how much fire you need to go through. So he's putting you through the right amount of fire. Just allow the impurities to go away. There is something wonderful Krishna wants to do through you. But for that you need to love yourself. You need to start identifying your worth not in what has happened to you or what you are doing, but in who you belong to. You belong to Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, for your realization. Anybody else? Yes, Prabhu, I see. Okay, anybody? Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for wonderful class. This is, I think, long time ago I had tear in my eyes. So I don't know, it's attachment or whatever it came. But with your class, I heard that we can talk to Krishna. But when I talk to Krishna, I do what I want. I hear what I want. But when I talk to my wife, I put the situation to her when envy comes. She gives me the better solution. I don't know whether when I'm talking to Krishna, I'm talking to myself and doing what I want, or is it not the, I don't know, it's correct or incorrect?
No, you are right, perfectly right. It's the mind, intelligence and ego. You think like this, all of you, please. You are sitting in the center. On your right side is Radha Krishna, Krishna. On your left side is your mind, intelligence and ego combined. So you can call that by a person name. Like I've called my mind, intelligence, ego combined as one person called Chanchal. So I call my mind as Chanchal. So huge, giant, 10-foot tall personality on my left side. On my right side is Krishna. So I am supposed to, praying means I am supposed to tell Krishna, Krishna, I love you. Krishna, please help me. But what is happening when I am praying? This mind is so loud that my voice, I don't know what I am saying. It's happened sometimes, kirtan noise is so loud sometimes. We can't hear, we have to go outside the hall to talk. So sometimes when we are praying, we don't know what we are praying. Mind only is speaking so much. It happens. Then we have, what I do then, I write journal. When I write journal slowly, I am able to then keep this mind quiet and offer my prayer to Krishna. You understand? So we have to offer, sorry? Oh, journal means writing down on, like, oh, say, okay, how do you pray? Krishna, please help me. Krishna, I want, like you pray like that by words, you say, no? Instead of saying it, write it down. Krishna, I love you. Krishna, I want to help. I want help from you. Krishna, please let me serve you. Because when you pray, mind goes wild. But when you write, mind goes slow. To read one page takes you 3 minutes. To write one page takes 15 minutes. Slow down the mind. See, I'll tell you my experience. Tell me if you have gone through same experience. Okay, I'll tell you one story. I was standing in front of Radha Gopinath in Chowpatty and I was praying like this. Radha Gopinath, please help Sashank and Smita. They are going through a divorce. I should pray now. Please let devotees keep their mobile phone off. So, no, it's okay. Thank you, bro. So I was praying like this. Krishna, Radha Gopinath, please let them not go through divorce. Please help them. This is what I wanted to pray. But because it is in the mind, prayers means, see, you don't talk loudly, you talk in thoughts, right? You don't talk in speech. And thoughts means, see, speech, you are aware of what you are saying. But thoughts, you begin with thoughts, but thoughts take over. So I was praying like this. Externally, I am standing like this. This is how I am standing. So people are thinking, Prabhuji is praying. But what is happening inside me? Krishna, please help Sashank and Smita save their marriage. And then the mind takes over. That is Smita's fault. She's responsible for the divorce. She's a stupid girl. And do you know, she looks exactly like that girl in Birmingham who's also going through divorce. Oh, that girl who's going through divorce, she had same problem like your sister-in-law. Remember who died in that bike accident? Where is the mind going? Just I'm telling you an example. You are praying for somebody's marriage, but the mind has gone to 1996 when your sister-in-law died in a bike crash. And the mind says, oh, these bike drivers are treated very badly by the bus drivers. Bus drivers come and hit the bike. They should make some resolution. And remember that accident where your sister-in-law died? It was exactly like that accident you saw outside the High Court in 1993. Remember that? So basically what is happening? Externally what I am doing? I am supposed to be praying to Krishna. Offering my thoughts to Krishna. But instead of my thoughts to Krishna, my mind is gone on own story. Then the mind is saying, oh, this outside High Court, remember? Once you, outside the High Court, you saw that man run with the dragger soaked in blood and everybody was screaming. It was as if it was a movie going on. And that was straight out of that one movie. In that movie, there is a similar scene when the hero is running with the dragger and the villain has a gun, but the villain is so scared, he drops the gun and he runs away. What a nice movie that was. And we went to see that movie with Vikas, Siddharth, Ranjit. And Vikas is in Canada. Ranjit, Canada, I'm supposed to go, but I didn't get my visa. I should try next year. And Ranjit is in Birmingham. Birmingham, London. Oh, that lady is going through divorce. Divorce. Oh, Shashank and Smita are going through divorce. Krishna, please help Shashank and Smita. And I'm like praying. Maybe in that 10 minutes I was standing in front of the deities. Maybe 1 second I must have prayed sincerely. And rest of the time I was just standing. My mind was only talking. And then after that I coming out and Brahmachari looks at me, Prabhuji, how nicely you are praying. I said, yes. I have come here to pray for everyone. We are helpless. Mind is going wild. So what I do, I take my paper, I have this journal. I write nicely. Dear Krishna, I love you, I want to serve you. But there also the mind goes. Then I stop prayer. I start writing what the mind is saying. Now the mind is saying, go to washroom. Now the mind is saying, check the WhatsApp. I don't do what the mind is saying. I simply write what the mind is saying without judging. Awareness. For then, after 10 minutes, you realize, Arey baapre, mind is so loud. And then at some time, the mind keeps quiet. Like tantrum throwing spouse, you have apprehended. So, Chanchal becomes quiet. When the mind becomes quiet, that's your chance, grab it. Then suddenly, see, mind is quiet, then I suddenly turn to Krishna. And I write the same thing which I wrote earlier. Krishna, I love you. Please help me. Please serve me. And then you will see a big difference in the energy of the first and the third. Because first time you wrote it, there was no energy because it was scattered, distracted. But now because you had awareness, now when you say the same thing, Krishna, I want to serve you, there is lot of energy there because it is coming from a space of your voice. So your challenge is you want your voice to be discovered in prayer. So you can try this technique. Okay, or if you can't write, then pray loudly. Not in the temple, all others will get bewildered. But, you can speak softly. So that, see, when you speak, mind is less distracted. So in the altar at home, you can keep an altar, Radha Sham Sundar, and you can pray with speech, not in thoughts. Then you will be more clear. Devotees who have tried this, praying with speech, not thoughts, after that speech of 5 minutes, many of them have started crying. Some of them have started feeling tired, panting. Some of them have felt very abnormal. Because that's when they are really seeing Krishna as a person. Like you are talking to me, I am talking to you, we are treating each other as person. When you actually talk to Krishna, you are treating Krishna as a person. You will feel tired because it's like a child coming to the parents after a long time of running. You will actually feel relieved. That's why some of them start crying because they realize that Krishna is real. So you can try all of these techniques. And then you will find Krishna a better counselor than your wife. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Prabhuji, namaste, Jai Jagannath. So, after a lot of questions, so I forgot my question. So that is another thing. So, whenever I was child, at the same age like my son, so whenever I got I got failed in one of the exam, then my dad said you are not practicing all this stuff. So what I normally does that time, if everybody is screaming, I send a letter to the Jagannath Puri. I don't know the address.
Wow.
But at the end, my sisters, they are making me fun. Like if anything is happens, this guy is sending the letter to Jagannath. So that is what, that is the kids innocent time. So whenever we are gradually younger and adult and become parent, so what process we need to follow through which we can